If sunscreen has been around for decades, why do sunburn rates remain so high? Access isn't the main problem for many people. It's habits, myths, and simple moments of forgetfulness. We have the tools, but using them consistently is where things break down. The numbers show it clearly. About 2/3 of U.S. high schoolers and roughly 30% of adults report getting sunburned in the past year. Each burn isn't just temporary pain. It's evidence of DNA injury inside your skin. And research shows that having 5 or more sunburns doubles your risk of melanoma later in life. One big reason people skip protection is the belief that sunscreen is just for vacations at the beach. But everyday life offers plenty of exposure. Driving your car, gardening, or walking the dog. Many burns don't come from tanning on purpose. They happen in the middle of routine activities when protection isn't top of mind. In the UK, studies estimate that up to 9 out of 10 melanoma cases are linked to avoidable sun exposure. That means skin cancer isn't mostly chance, it's closely tied to daily choices. So what exactly happens in your body when the sun's ultraviolet rays hit your skin? Ultraviolet light doesn't just tan or redden the skin. It sets off real biological changes that can lead to cancer. Each ray acts like a tiny bullet aimed at your cells, striking their DNA. Your skin can repair a lot, but not everything. When those repairs fall short, lasting damage is left behind. There are 2 main kinds of ultraviolet rays that matter. UVB is the biggest driver of sunburn and causes direct DNA damage. It's strongest in the middle of the day, and it's the wavelength tied to SPF numbers on sunscreen labels. UVB doesn't take a break in winter, and it gets especially intense at high altitudes or near reflective surfaces, such as snow or sand. Then there's UVA, which makes up most of the UV you're exposed to. UVA rays sink deeper past the surface and contribute strongly to aging and to the development of skin cancer. This is the type of radiation used in tanning beds, which is why those are so dangerous. The majority of melanomas are linked to UV exposure. That's because every unprotected dose of sunlight adds to your lifetime tally. Think of it like dropping coins into a jar, one by one. They don't seem like much, but over the years the jar fills until it overflows. That overflow is when your skin's defenses are no longer able to keep up. At first, warning signs appear as rough, scaly patches called actinate keratosis. These are considered precancerous and show that repair systems are failing. Left untreated, damage can progress into basal cell or squamous cell carcinoma, both common but often treatable if caught early. The more severe threat is melanoma, which can spread quickly and turn deadly. This chain reaction explains why 1 in 5 Americans eventually develop skin cancer. The hopeful part is that you can interrupt it, and it starts with the choices you make each day to protect your skin. Protecting your skin from the sun comes down to a few simple habits that pay off every single day. Shade, clothing, and sunscreen are the main tools. The challenge isn't knowing them, it's using them often enough to make a difference. The advice works only when it's consistent. Start with shade during peak UV hours, usually 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Add protective gear like long sleeves, a wide-brimmed hat, and UV-blocking sunglasses. Then, apply sunscreen. A broad-spectrum water-resistant SPF 30 or higher is a standard recommended by dermatologists. Use about 1 ounce, enough to fill a shot glass, to cover exposed areas. Apply 17 minutes before going out and reapply every 2 hours, and always after swimming or sweating. For babies under 6 months, focus on shade and clothing. If those aren't possible, check with a pediatrician before applying sunscreen. Older children should use sunscreen regularly just like adults. Check the UV index. If it's 3 or higher, protection matters, even on cloudy or cool days. UV rays pass through clouds and you can't feel them on your skin until damage has already begun. We shouldn't take these steps for granted, because it hasn't always been this way. People once turned to far simpler methods in their search for sun protection. The story of sunscreen starts long before modern bottles lined store shelves. Ancient cultures turned to plants and oils in hopes of protecting their skin. In Egypt, people used a paste of rice bran, jasmine, and lupin, partly because lighter skin was considered a mark of beauty. What's striking is how science later confirmed some of these choices. Rice bran can absorb UV light. Jasmine supports DNA repair, and lupin lightens skin tone. The Greeks took a simpler route, using olive oil before and after time in the sun. Modern testing shows it offered only minimal protection, but it shows they sensed the sun could cause real harm. These remedies weren't medical shields, though. They were rooted in appearance more than proven prevention. By the late 19th century, doctors started experimenting with chemical substances like quinine to reduce skin redness from the sun. In the early 20th century, filters using salicylates appeared in oils and lotions. The real turning point came in the 1940s when Swiss chemist Franz Gruyter, after a severe mountain burn, created Glacier Cream, considered one of the earliest modern sunscreens. Gruyter would later introduce the concept of SPF with his first formula rated at just 2. In the decades that followed, sunscreen moved from niche use to everyday products. During World War II, soldiers relied on thick ointments for protection, and in 1944, Benjamin Green developed a more wearable formula that eventually became Copperstone. By the late 1970s, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration began regulating sunscreens, while Australia defined SPF with clear testing standards. Ingredients like PABA were phased out due to irritation risks, showing the push for safer options. Fast forward to 2019, a study showed that common chemical filters including oxybenzoin, avobenzoin, octocrylene, and ecamzole can enter the bloodstream at levels above the FDA's threshold for skipping certain safety tests. Experts stressed that absorption doesn't equal harm, but agreed more research was needed. That question of safety brings us to the choice you face today when standing in the sunscreen aisle. When it comes to sunscreen, almost everything you see on the shelves falls into 2 main categories: mineral or chemical. Both can protect well, but they have differences. And knowing the differences can help you choose what fits best for your skin and lifestyle. Mineral sunscreens use zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. These sit in the top layers of your skin. They form a barrier that primarily absorbs UV light, which then turns into heat and is released. Zinc oxide is considered the strongest at covering both UVA and UVB rays, though it's often the pricier option. Titanium dioxide feels lighter and less oily, but doesn't block the longest UVA rays quite as well. Both are FDA approved and common in baby sunscreens. The trade-off is that they can leave a white layer on the skin, and some doctors prefer chemical sunscreens over mineral sunscreens. Chemical sunscreens are similar to mineral sunscreens. They also sit in the top layers of your skin and absorb UV light, which then turns into heat. However, they usually dissolve more easily into the skin. Because of this, these formulas blend smoothly and don't leave a white cast on the skin. As already mentioned, some chemical UV filters have been detected in the bloodstream, leading the FDA to continue safety testing. Dermatologists clarify that detection isn't the same as proof of harm, and many still recommend chemical sunscreens. A practical tip: if your skin is extremely sensitive, try a mineral sunscreen. If you prefer a lighter feel that blends invisibly, a chemical or hybrid may suit you better. Whatever you choose, make sure it's labeled broad spectrum, has an SPF of at least 30, and is water resistant if you're swimming or sweating. The best sunscreen is the one you'll actually wear consistently. And with that foundation in mind, there's another factor worth considering. Not all sunscreens are created equal, depending on where they're made. Stay tuned for part 2.